As you've seen on my channel, infinite combos aren't something new to Smash 4, so I guess it's about time for Mewtwo's turn. As usual, I'm going to teach you how to perform it, who it works on, practical setups, and escape options if you're the recipient. Try to watch to the end, cause I'll cover something very useful with Mewtwo's disable as well, so let's begin. First off, you need to know how to footstool double jump cancel using Mewtwo's disable. I've covered this before in my Mewtwo's combos and tricks video, but I'll explain it again. To do this, jump, footstool, then double jump, then instantly press down special. If done correctly, Mewtwo will appear to lose all vertical momentum after the footstool and fall downwards with disable. As you can see, my right trigger is set to jump. I highly suggest mapping either jump or special onto one of your trigger buttons to optimize the input speed, since moving your thumb from Y to B is too slow. But if you're a claw grip user, you don't need to. With that explained, let's delve into the infinite. Choose Bowser, since his combos is the easiest on him. Start off by standing with your back turned towards him. Do a backwards short hop neutral air. As you reach the peak of your jump, slide your joystick to the bottom corner away from Bowser. If timed correctly, Mewtwo will fast fall diagonally while dragging Bowser down. With no DI, Bowser will usually land in front of Mewtwo. However, if the opponent smash DIs to the bottom corner towards Mewtwo, Bowser will land behind him. Look at which side Bowser lands, short hop, then footstool him as fast as possible. Instantly after the footstool, do the double jump cancel disable I mentioned earlier. Done correctly, Mewtwo will quickly fall downwards after the footstool, disabling Bowser. Now turn away from Bowser, jump backwards with a short hop neutral air, and repeat the process until you reach about 80%. After the disable, charge an up smash for the kill. I suggest practicing footstool double jump cancel disable by itself in slower speeds, then mastering it in normal speeds before combining it with neutral air. I've done an incredible amount of testing with this, so let me tell you some of the constraints and requirements for this combo to work. First, executing neutral air with the right speed and fast fall timing is very important. For example, if your neutral air doesn't have enough momentum, the opponent will be popped out too far away. Neutral air is a total of 9 hits. Your goal is to land about 6 to 7 hits only. If both are done properly, the opponent will always be dragged down beside Mewtwo at whatever percent. Second thing you need to know is that this infinite doesn't work very well against small and thin characters. When they smash DI behind Mewtwo, you have to jump extra far back to footstool them because they're so small. However, if they end up landing in front and you predict that they're going to go behind you, you'll completely miss the footstool. Essentially, it becomes a 50-50 situation. So in general, against thin or small characters, I suggest to go for this cycle just once, since the opponent probably won't smash DI in time. Up throw for the kill after the neutral air if they're already at high percents. The infinite works on big characters because it doesn't matter whether they land in front or behind. Jumping anywhere close to them will get you the footstool, since they have so much surface area. Third thing you need to know is where Mewtwo lands after the footstool disable. Against these 34 characters, Mewtwo will land in front after doing a footstool double jump cancel disable, which is not a problem. However, against these other 21 characters, Mewtwo will land behind them. No worries though, this can be solved by holding the bottom diagonal corner immediately after your footstool. This will give Mewtwo enough horizontal backwards momentum to land in front of the opponent. Make sure you don't hold diagonal during your first jump, or you'll miss the footstool entirely. You might have noticed that there are still 3 characters unaccounted for: Diddy, Meta Knight, and Olimar. Footstool disable unfortunately do not work on them at all, because their footstooled animation causes the disable to completely miss. Hence, they are immune to this infinite. The fourth important note is that a character's dizzy state can be mashed out of. You might have noticed that I started this combo at 30% in the beginning. That's because anything lower than 30%, the opponent will probably be able to struggle out before you can continue the combo. If you do happen to land a reverse neutral air under 30%, you can still go for a footstool disable, but you should probably just follow up with a down tilt combo. Anything above 30%, you can go for the infinite. Now let's move on to some setups. First on the list, we've got disable out of shield. This is simple, but very effective. After your shield gets hit, press jump, then instantly angle your joystick diagonally downwards towards your opponent, while doing a double jump cancel disable. The move the opponent throws out has to be pretty laggy, or else they'll be able to escape in time. For example, smash attacks, multi-jabs, some dash attacks, and a number of specials will work. Compared to normally dropping your shield then using disable, double jump cancel out of shield reaches your opponent about 6 frames faster. But the best part is that it brings Mewtwo significantly forward, so even if your opponent tries to space you out, you can still pop right in and punish with it. On top of this, Disable can cancel any move, as long as the opponent is facing you. Disable can also trade with moves. Similarly, if the opponent ends up really close to you after you successfully shielded their move, you can actually straight up Footstool them into a double jump cancel Disable. No doubt, this is a good out of shield option, but the most practical and easiest setup is definitely reverse aerial rush neutral air. To do this, simply run forwards, turn around, immediately jump and neutral air. A great Mewtwo player named Abadango has proven this to be very effective by taking out stocks using this approach option in high level play. It's possible to set up a full jump neutral air as well, but it's much harder to cancel the last hit. Air dodging into a falling neutral air can be very effective. Thanks to Mewtwo's air dodge making him completely disappear, the opponent may not know exactly where he'll reappear, giving you a higher chance of catching them off guard with a surprise neutral air. To the casual eye, Mewtwo may appear to look somewhat immobile while charging Shadow Ball, but he can do many actions instantly out of it, namely neutral air, or disable. While charging, hit shield, then instantly hit jump, then input whatever action you want to perform. If timed perfectly, Mewtwo's shield won't even come up. This can work as a nice little mind game if the opponent isn't careful. On stages with platforms, neutral air can drag opponents down, where you can lock them with Shadow Ball into a neutral air. Neutral air by itself is an amazing setup because Mewtwo has full control of his momentum. The move has very little landing lag, making it extremely hard to punish if spaced properly, even if they manage to shield it. Not to mention, it also goes through a number of projectiles. Other moves that can lead into the combo is a down tilt, then reverse aerial rush neutral air at low to mid percents. A fast fall up air on the other hand is kind of situational, but if you do happen to land it, it can combo into neutral air as well at low percents, and a full hop neutral air at mid percents. Now if you're the recipient, let's talk about your best escape options. As I mentioned before, you can control whether you land in front or behind Mewtwo. To land behind, you want to repeatedly hit your joystick in this corner towards Mewtwo to smash DI behind him. If you want to land in front of Mewtwo, smash DI away or no DI will do. Also, you want to input an action that will come out fast, like shield, in case they mess up the Footstool timing, so you can get out as fast as possible. Well guys, that's all for today's video. Credit for the discovery of this infinite goes to a YouTuber named Teitoku, and also Abadango for making practical use of neutral air to Footstool disable in competitive play. With that said, I'll see you guys again soon.